Man, weather out here is bipolar for no reason. Hey, Shadawan to the Malakia. How about you, Shabrak? All right, so we're going to start by facing the east. Let's give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. And be giving all praises to the Most High, whose true name in Hebrew is Yahweh, in the name of his only begotten Son, whose true name in Hebrew is Yahweh Shai, and the Holy Spirit, which in Hebrew is the Rakakwadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles by the Holy Spirit, who taught us his truth. Honor to the brothers, making their bodies a living sacrifice to push the gospel. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, which would be so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, make up the lost 12 tribes of Israel, according to scripture and according to prophecy. And the hopeful elect would be 1/3 of the Israelites that be returning back to the Most High during the last days to receive salvation. By the 2/3 of Israel who don't turn back to the Most High, be destroyed in judgment. So we back with another live lesson through the mercy of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. And they got titled the lesson, David the Prophet. So we back in the book of Psalms. We're gonna break down Psalms 49, Lord willing. So we're gonna start here. This is, oh damn, Psalms 49. I'm actually moving, okay. Yeah, Psalms 49. We gonna get 1 through 2. It says, hear this, all ye people, give ear, all ye inhabitants of the world, both low and high, rich and poor together. So yeah, Christian to read this, think it's talking to all nations, it's talking about all people. But that's not the case, because when it says, hear this, all ye people, we're gonna look that up in Hebrew real quick. So, hear this, all ye people. We're gonna look at it in Hebrew to see who it's referring to. Actually, we're gonna go, it's just the word, it's people. So it says nation, people, persons, members of one's people, countrymen, kinsmen, kindred. Let's look up this word kinsman. A man who is one of a person's blood relations, a relative. So it goes into a bloodline or a nation of people. And then down here in the Strong's definition for people, it says specifically a tribe, as those of Israel. Collectively, nation, people. And it also says flock, because we know the Lord's flock or his sheep or is his people Israel. So back to Psalms 49 and 1, hear this, all ye people, that would be all ye Israelites. It says, give ear, all ye inhabitants of the world. Because we got to understand the way world is used in the scriptures, like every single word in English, words have different definitions. Definition 1, 2, some words got 6, 7 different definitions. And this word world can't be talking about the whole world at this point when it says all you inhabitants of the world. So we're going to show that this world is referring to a people, is referring to Israel. Because even in the scriptures, the Lord speaks of Israel as its own world. Read this again. Hear this, all ye people. You know, that would be a flock, a nation, kinsmen, the tribes of Israel. Give ear, all ye inhabitants of the world. Now we're going to show that Israel is his own world. So we're going to come here to the book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 17. Bro. about to show Israel is its own world, separate from the other nations. It says, but Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. And this links up with John 3 and 16. This would be actually what the Lord was quoting in John 3 and 16. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. See that? Ye, meaning Israel, shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. So Israel is his own world. And it's a world or a nation or a kingdom with no end. Because clearly in Jeremiah, I think 30, maybe 16 or so, the Lord says he's going to make a full end of all nations. Right? But Israel is a nation or a world without end. And that's why you may even say over there in China, it's a whole nother world. Or you may refer to other places of the world as a third world country. So yeah, back to Psalms 49 and 1. Hear this, all ye people, give ear. Ye people will be all the people of the nation of Israel. All ye inhabitants of the world. All the inhabitants of the nation of Israel. It says both low and rich, high and poor together. Because the Lord is only ever speaking to his people Israel. The only time he's speaking to other nations of people is when he's speaking to the prophets to prophesy against the nations. But this is I think we went here yesterday. We're gonna hit Deuteronomy 31 verse 10. Because when it says, hear this, all ye people, you inhabitants of the world, both low and rich, poor together. Let me see. I'm just showing an example in the scriptures. And Moses commanded them, saying, at the end of every 7 years, in the solemnity of the year of release, in the Feast of Tabernacles, when all Israel is come to appear before the Lord thy God in the place which he shall choose, thou shalt read this law before all Israel in their hearing. So yeah, we're not in our land, keeping the laws fully, but it still applies today. Gather the people together, men and women and children, and thy stranger that is within thy gates, that they may hear, they may learn the fear of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua your God, deserves to do all the words of his law. So the Lord is always speaking to his people Israel. And now we're gonna go here. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 39. You're gonna go down to verse 49, 3 and 4. Okay, my mouth shall speak of wisdom, and the meditation of my heart shall be of understanding. I will incline my ear to a parable. I will open my dark saying upon a harp. So what David is going into wisdom, which the highest form of wisdom is prophecy. So we're gonna get into that now. So again, David said, my mouth shall speak of wisdom, and the meditation of my heart shall be of understanding. So now we're gonna go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 6. It says, to understand a proverb, hold on. Actually, verse 5. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and the man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. To understand a proverb and interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. What's a dark saying? Pretty much a parable or a mystery. Something that's spoken in code. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. So this wise counsel, increasing in learning, understanding the proverb and the interpretation, the dark sayings, that's pretty much having an understanding of prophecy. Back to Psalms 49 and 3, my mouth shall speak of wisdom, and a meditation shall be of understanding. Well, David is on that today. Hey, David is back on the scene, but not just David. All of the servants, the prophets, the whole house of David is back on the scene in the last days, and they all speaking wisdom. Meditation of their heart is full of understanding. It's understanding that's going out. And that's why verse 4 says, I will incline my ear to a dark parable. So before you can speak these things, hey, you first got to hear. You got to receive instruction. That's why back in Proverbs 1 and 7, it says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. It said, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. What's that wisdom and instruction that the 2/3 of our people despise? It would be this word of prophecy. It would be the report. Back to Psalms 49 and 4, I will incline my ear to a parable, which the whole elect is doing that. We're inclining our ear, meaning bowing down our ear to hear what the Lord is speaking. I will open my dark sayings upon the harp. And we do that by doing these live lessons. It's likened it to playing a musical instrument. We going in these dark sayings, breaking it all down. Now, back to Psalms 49 and 4, when it says, I will incline my ear, hey, that's always speaking to Israel. As we can get an example when the Lord says, incline your ear in the book of Isaiah. And inclining your ear is not a recommendation. It's not a suggestion. It's a commandment. Isaiah 55 and 3. It says, incline your ear and come unto me. Hear and your soul shall live. So that's the whole reason for this word going out. Attaining the wise counsel, understanding the parables, going in the dark sayings, the interpretation of these things. It ain't for show. It ain't to debate. It ain't for none of that. Let's show what it's for. It says, incline your ear, come unto me, and your soul shall live. That's the whole reason. You know, for most people, breaking down the Bible is sort of like a game or a mystery. It's bigger than that. Hey, we doing that to live. Hey, these are the instructions that lead to life. And everybody gonna be seeking life when they get bad enough out here. Hey, but the Lord spoke in code on how to survive what's coming. Spoke in code so that not everybody could come into it. Incline your ear, come unto me, hear and your soul shall live. I will make an everlasting covenant with you, even the sure mercies of David. So this simply inclining your ear and hearing what the Lord is saying gonna lead to mercy. And then an everlasting covenant. That's the new covenant. You know, that's gonna be given to the nation of Israel, but beginning with the elect here in this lifetime. So it's crazy benefits that come simply with listening. So now we gonna come to the book of Psalms 49 verse 5. Wherefore should I fear in the days of evil, when the iniquity of my heels shall compass me about, and we in them days of evil now. Second Ezra spoke about there be greater evils that lie ahead. So what's in store in the future is always going to be worse than the now. Tomorrow gonna be worse than today. The day after tomorrow gonna be worse than that. And Second Ezra said, what should we do when these evils shall come? Who shall deliver us? But and we know we in the days that Jerusalem gonna be compassed with armies, meaning surrounded by armies, which is going on right now with the ICE raids and deportations. ICE ain't nothing but a subdivision of the U.S. military. That ain't just no regular law enforcement. But yeah, and receiving this instruction and listening to what the Lord is saying, just preparing us for that day. Now, this is Psalms 49, 6 through 7. They that trust in, hold on, they that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches. None of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give to God a ransom for him. Then in the NLT it reads, yet they cannot redeem themselves from death by paying a ransom to the Lord. So you can't buy a get out of jail free card. You can't buy a get out of judgment free card. You can't buy a get out of the lake of fire card. And the Lord is not flattered just because you're an Israelite. People think they're Israelites, and that's the end of the story. They already saved. And the Lord is no respect of persons. He ain't flattered by who you are. So, back to the point. Let me read this again. Psalms 49, 6 and 7. They that trust in their wealth and boast themselves of the multitude of their riches. And that's first and foremost done by Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. They trust in their wealth and their riches, because with their wealth and their riches, hey, they can get out of prison, they can evade judgment, they can escape this justice system, but they can't escape the justice that's coming from above, that the Heavenly Father is bringing to the earth. You know, with their riches, they can buy people off, pay people off. But we're going to go here to the book of James, chapter 5. Because the Lord spoke on the people that trust in their wealth and boast in their riches. And you see even 2/3 of our people doing that. People think they straight because they got a bag. They think they good. They think that's the end of their struggles. And then what all the rich doing now, they buying underground bunkers. Elon Musk, him and some folks, they gonna go out of space. That's them boasting in their riches. So this is James chapter 5, verse 1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. So the Lord is speaking against the rich. You know, not only the rich of Israel, but the rich in general. Because what all them riches do, it corrupts you. But the Lord said, you know, weep for the miseries that's coming upon you. And Second Ezra said, those who walked in great pride shall be in great misery, or great misery is coming to those that walked in great pride. And this is verse 3. And your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped up treasure together for the last days. So yeah, that's what the Esau the white man has done, heaped up treasure for the last days. Not just to be rich in the last days, like the 2/3 of our people. All they want to do is be like the white man, to be rich, just to say that they rich. Well, why is the white man heaping up riches in the last days, ready to escape judgment? Because the super rich and the super wealthy, they understand what's coming. That's why they buying underground bunkers, outer space hotels, underwater bunkers. So again, it says you have heaped up treasure together for the last days. So everything they got rich and accumulated, they think they're going to use that to escape judgment. Now when we come down to verse 5, it says, ye have lived in pleasure on the earth. You have been wanton, you have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. So all that they riches did was fatten them up for the slaughter. And now we're going to go here. This is why the Lord, you know, spoke about miseries, great miseries that's coming to the rich. How they heaped up treasure together for themselves in the last days. We're going to go into that now. This is the book of Proverbs. Uh, 11:4. A riches profit not in a day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. Hey, so riches is of no value in the day of the Lord's wrath. That's why Psalms 49 and 7, it says, none of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give to God a ransom for him. Meaning you can't pay the Lord off to escape judgment. You can't pay the Lord off to change his mind. And that's why, Ezekiel spoke about they shall cast their gold and silver in the streets. And because right now, the dollar is devaluing, becoming more and more useless. It's already useless. Look at how expensive everything is. At days come, people gonna be burning their money. Bro, you got Esau's wisdom telling you to do what? To stock up on gold and silver. Okay, Ezekiel said the days come, they're gonna cast gold and silver in the street. All that silver and gold gonna do is burn up in the lake of fire with you. Because again, the richest profit not in the day of wrath. It was a bunch of rich people that drowned in the flood in the time of Noah. All that money, all their wealth couldn't buy them a spot on that ark. Same case with the chariots that's coming. So also we gonna go now to the book of Psalms, chapter 49. We're gonna get 8 through 9. For the redemption of their soul is precious and it ceaseth forever. They should still live forever and not see corruption. So when it says redemption for their soul is precious. So what the rich ultimately want to do is try to preserve themselves. That's what redemption is. Redemption, deliverance, salvation. They're trying to save themselves. But it says what? For the redemption of their soul is precious and it ceases forever. So what? There is no chance of the deliverance, salvation. For those who trust in their wealth and in their riches. That's why the Lord said it's impossible for a rich man to enter into the kingdom. Verse 9, that he should still live forever and not see corruption. And then we know Esau, even the white man, he's trying to do what? Merge man and machine, man and computer. They know these bodies gonna die off. So they got Elon Musk. They want to be able to transfer your conscience and your memory to a computer chip and then put your conscience and your memory in a robotic body. They paying so much money right now to freeze themselves, until the destruction is past, thinking they're gonna unthaw and wake back up. Because what are they trying to do? That he should still live forever and not see corruption. Meaning to die pretty much. But it goes even beyond that. Ultimately, what the white man want to do is he want to stay in power or in rulership forever. But we gonna get more into that in a minute. They can't save themselves, and they can't save their kingdom. So we gonna get this real quick. We gonna show how precious and how far Esau the white man will go to escape judgment and to live forever. So this is the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 1. I saw the Lord standing upon the altar, and he said, smite the intel of the door, that the post may shake, and cut them in the head, all of them, and I will slay the last of them with the sword. He that fleeth of them shall not flee away. He that escapeth of them shall not be delivered. So the white man, to some degree, because of his wealth and his riches, he is going to be able to flee and to escape some judgments. But the Lord did say, he that fleeth shall not flee away. He that escapeth of them shall not be delivered. So at the end of the day, the judgment is coming. Verse 2, though they dig into hell. What's hell? It would be the grave, pretty much be the ground. So though they dig into hell, but pretty much say, though they dig underground. Thence shall my hand take them. And what's the hand of the Lord? Well, we know Jeremiah 16:16, The Lord gonna turn his servants to prophets, to hunters, to snatch these folks up out of their underground bunkers. Though they dig into hell, my hand shall take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. And with them climbing to heaven, ascending into the heavens. The world now calls outer space. That's why Elon Musk going up there every other day. What you think they doing? They trying to escape judgment. Just like the people that's buying these underground bunkers. Because the white man, Esau Edom, he in on some of our secrets. He got understanding to be preserved, to escape what's coming. Hey, we're gonna have to leave the earth temporarily. We're gonna leave the earth by going on the chariots. The Lord said they ascend into heaven. He said, "This will I bring them down." So the Lord, the host of heavens, the holy angels, whoever go up, the Lord got them up there, and we got them down below. Though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, that would be a mountain. They got cities and tunnels in the mountain ranges. It says, "I will search and take them out thence. Though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them." Because the lesson on it, hey, they got underwater hotels and underwater restaurants. Hey, that's just a practice run for them trying to go in the bottom of the ocean. And you see that in the movie 2012. They had like a submarine version of Noah's Ark. But the Lord said gonna command the serpent, which is the Leviathan, to get them. And all the works of the Lord are two and two. So it's not just one of anything in the earth. I believe it's more than one Leviathan. But that's where they put all they riches and their money to. That's why they got Elon Musk with his Doge cutting all these federal workers to save money. Because they trying to take that money and put it into escaping what's coming. Because since they've been cutting all that money, hey, Elon Musk and his team, they've been getting millions of dollars a day. And what he been doing, firing off more rockets, trying to go into outer space. But then what the Lord said, though they send it to heaven, that's what I bring them down. Because he just had a space launch the other day. And moments before his rocket blew up, the chariot showed up. So who do you think brung him down? Hey, Salawam, to Daughter Yahweh, Brother Yahweh, the Brother Kabal Shana. How about Shimon Shabrakadam, y'all? But back to Psalms 49, and I'm going to get 6 again. They that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches, which Esau do that. 2/3 of our people do that. 2/3 of our people is all about stunting. It's all about being seen. It's all about trying to appear to be something that they not. But see, the white man is trusting in his wealth and his riches to be delivered to save himself from what's coming. So while you niggas continue to get y'all money, flash all y'all jewelry, Esau gonna dip off on y'all and leave y'all here to burn. It says none of them can by any means redeem his brother. It says, nor give to God a ransom for him. It says, for the redemption of their soul is precious. So they trying to save themselves. That's the most valuable thing to Esau, even the white man right now. It's the redemption of their soul to save themselves. It says, in the cease of forever. So there's no chance for them. You know, ultimately, Esau, the white man, was rejected. And that's from the beginning. It says, in verse 9, that he should still live forever and not see corruption. So first, they got to escape this judgment. After that judgment passed, they want to, again, take their conscience and memory, put them in the robots, have robotic bodies. It's all about living forever. and not only living forever, but also extending their rulership. That's what the New World Order is all about. And they're going to go to great lengths to do that. Go underground, go under the water, go in the heavens. And that's why you saw the white man, he put money, that's what CERN is about. They trying to open portals to other dimensions, other worlds. Nigga trying to time travel. That's what Esau, the white man, do with his wealth and his riches. He's trying to reverse his destiny. That's the difference between Esau and our people. And that's why the Lord said concerning the wicked, that they wiser than the children of light. So this lifetime, the wicked is more wise than most of our people. Because again, our people just want to be seen and heard. And Esau, the white man, trying to change his destiny, trying to change what's written. They want to create AI gods, hoping that AI will level up enough to be able to be more powerful than Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. That's what the white man do with his riches. He's trying to change his fate and let you niggas here to burn. And this is the Book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 16, verse 15. The Lord said this, but it is not possible to escape thine hand. So it's not possible to escape judgment from the Lord. Hey, no matter what way they go, what move they make, it's judgment. Oh, and I was listening to the elder Yashawamba. Did a crazy lesson. This nigga Esau was playing with supercomputers and using CERN to talk to spirits and doing simulations, pretty much trying to go into the future to see their fate. And I think to sum it up, before 2012, they had run a supercomputer, run a simulation, be talking with these spirits, and sometimes the computer will tell them, hey, I don't know specifically what the computer told them, but sometimes the computer will tell them, you're not going to make it past a certain point. You're going to be destroyed. You're not going to be in the future. And sometimes, they can run the computer at different times, and the spirits will tell them, yeah, you're going to be good in the future. I don't know how the computer worded it, but told them they'd be good. Sometimes they tell them they'd be good. Sometimes they tell them it'll be bad. But after 2012, no matter what information they put to try to go and to predict the future, their fate is always the same. Because the computer is supposed to run like all simulations on every possibility of how things could play out. So after 2012, no matter how they play with the variables and change things up, the computer pretty much told them, you're going to be destroyed. Pretty much. And I think the word that came up was tekel, from the book of Daniel. When they had the writing on the wall, when it said your kingdom is numbered and finished. So the computer told them tekel, pretty much meaning your kingdom is numbered and finished. So it's not possible to escape thy hand. Because also Esau is looking for parallel universes, other realities. You see that on their sci-fi movies. No matter the universe, no matter the reality, that Esau Edom is going to be cut off. But that's what Esau do with his riches, while you niggas, y'all want to ride rims and get big jewelry. So now we at the book of Psalms 49. We're going to get verse 10. It says, for he seeth that wise man die. Likewise the fool and the brutish person perish, and leave their wealth to others. So Esau got that understanding. Whether you be wise, whether you be foolish, no matter what kind of person you are, you die and leave your wealth to others. Solomon spoke heavy about that and said it's all vanity, and that's true. But see, Esau the white man, who's wiser than the children of light, he understands reincarnation. So yeah, you do die and leave it to others, but you do come back. But that's why going back to the book of Wisdom of Solomon, the book of James, chapter 5, verse 3, it says, behold. James chapter 5, verse 3, it says, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you. It shall eat your flesh as it were fire. You have heaped up treasure together for the last days. So again, the white man has heaped up treasure together for the last days, expecting they riches and their wisdom and their science and technology to save themselves. But again, Esau understands reincarnation. So not only do he want to save himself from judgment, Esau the white man also knows that when you die, you leave your wealth to others. So they want to do is stock up all this wealth to save themselves, and then when they do die and come back in the earth through regeneration, what the world calls reincarnation, they want to be born into the earth um, with the wealth and riches they accumulated in their previous life. That's why them devils, they do a lot of inbreeding, marrying within the family, because they want to be born back into that family line to continue living off the wealth and riches that those rich families have accumulated. So Esau, born, die rich, and they able to come back and be rich when they born back in the earth. But Psalms 49:10, for he seeth that wise men die, likewise the fool and the brutish person perish, and leave their wealth to others. See, Esau don't want to leave his wealth to others. That's why they heaped up all these treasures, hoping that we all die off. And since he ain't really found out how to live forever yet, he figured the best thing he can do, is die and then come back into the earth through regeneration and be born into that family line, which you always born in your family line, but they expect to come back into the earth to continue being rich. But that's not the case. Not only are they gonna die, um, um, they're not gonna hold on to those riches, because pretty much the kingdom is gonna be translated to Jacob, and ultimately they want to die and come back in the earth and still be in power. I think that's a better way of saying it. So we gonna get this in the book of Psalms 49:11. That's why they say their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. So that's the point. And what's their house continuing forever? That's the house of Esau. So they want to continue being rich forever. That's why they heaped up treasures and riches in the last days, hoping to escape judgment, and then hoping that if they die and come back, they come back to the same riches that they left when they died. But not only those riches, that they come back and still be in power. So again, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. See, Esau, want to escape judgment, and when he does die and come back, he want to still be in power. He don't want to have it no other way, because he do understand, scripture say, that he gonna be in slavery for 1,000 years. So not only are they trying to escape judgment, the wrath of the Lord, but they want to escape slavery, and they can't escape it. So ultimately, that's what they want to do: escape the wrath of the Lord, escape slavery, but come back in power and rich, and it's not gonna play out. That's what he put all his wealth and resources and science and technology into doing. To be established here at the top forever. And it's not so. So again, their inward thought is that their houses, their riches, them being in power shall continue forever. And his kingdom is obviously falling. It says in their dwelling places to all generations. So they want to be in power and be rich forever. And that's really Jacob's blessing. It says they call their lands after their own names. So let you know this is talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Again, it said they called their lands after their own names. Because what was America and what was Africa named after? What was Mexico named after? So-called white man. And then look what he's doing now. He want to make Canada the 51st state. Nigga want to buy Greenland. Nigga done changed the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. So they name lands and waters and streets after their own names. So that's how we know that it's about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Yeah, but their inward thought is that they want to continue forever being at the top, being rich, being in power. But it's gonna be the exact opposite. Nigga gonna come back poor. Nigga gonna come back in slavery, and then nigga gonna be exterminated after 1,000 years. I think the computer told him something like that because after the computer told him that he had all kind of top military personnel and they top scientists to start working. So they working against the clock. That's why the scriptures say the devil know if that he have but a short time. Because he know, after this is pretty much it. So they want to escape that. Now continuing on, we gonna get Psalms 49 and 12. Nevertheless, man being in honor abideth not. He is like the beast that perish. So yeah, man in his glory, it doesn't last forever. He's gonna perish just like the beasts, just like the animals of the earth. And he understand that. And not only that, his kingdom gonna perish just like the other kingdoms. The Roman Empire fell. America is a Roman Empire 2.0. Hey, this gonna fall just like the other kingdoms. But we gonna get this in the book of Ecclesiastes 3 and 19. Because Solomon spoke on that. That all this vanity. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get that in two versions. Ecclesiastes 4:19. Ecclesiastes 3:19. Hey, we're gonna read this again. Psalms 49 and 12. Nevertheless, man being in honor abideth not. It don't last forever. He is like the beast that perish. So when we get this in Ecclesiastes 3 and 19, it says, for that which befalleth the sons of men befalleth beasts. Every one thing befalleth them. As the one dieth, so dieth the other. Yet they have all one breath. So that a man have no preeminence above a beast for all his vanity. So man in all his glory and all of his riches, he's no better, than an animal. Because just like the wild animals, the beasts of the field, he gonna die like them. And Solomon understood this. And then in the NLT it reads, for people and animals share the same fate. Both breathe, both must die. So people have no real advantage over the animals. How meaningless. So yeah, people have no preeminence, no advantage over the wild animals. They all share the same fate. And matter of fact, I'm gonna get this. So yeah, man, in all his wealth, all his honor, all his glory, everything that he labored for, it goes to the grave with him. But that's why the Lord said this in Luke 12 and 25. Which one of you, taking thought, can add to his stature 1 cubit? So the Lord was pretty much saying there, don't worry about the things that you need. The Lord know you have need of it. But saying, how many of you taking thought? All of your wealth, all of your money, all of your smarts, all of your resources. Who can add 1 cubit to his stature? Who can add 1 day to his life? Who can add 1 second to his life? All of your money, all of your resources. That's why Solomon said it's all vanity. And that's what we found out. And that also applies to Esau, even the white man, as far as his rulership. The billions and the trillions of dollars that this nigga wastes. Is wasted so that his house or his kingdom will endure forever. But all of the billions and $1 trillion he wastes, all of these counsels that he take, this nigga stressed out and tired. It goes into them trying to preserve themselves. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look for something real quick. Real read. So I think I found it. Oh, okay. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, chapter 5. I'm gonna start at verse 6. This is concerning the wicked. Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and from the light of righteousness have not shone unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. But that was for Jacob. So let's continue to verse 7. Be wary ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. So Esau is wearing himself out, running himself raggedy down to the ground, and trying to save himself and preserve himself. That's why the Lord said, which any of you could take one thought and add to his stature 1 cubit. We have gone through deserts where they lay no way, but as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it. What hath pride profited us? Or what good have riches with our vaunting brought us? Look up this word. Let me read this in the GNT. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 9. All those things are gone now. They have disappeared like a shadow, like something you hear and forget. Oops, I read the wrong verse. This is verse 8. We were so proud of ourselves, we bragged how rich we are, and now what good has that done us? See? But now we're gonna move on. To Psalms 49 and 15. Psalms 49, 13 to 14. It says, I'm gonna start at 12 again, going into that. Nevertheless, man being in honor abideth not. He is like the beast that perish away. Their way is their folly, yet their posterity approve their sayings. Like sheep, they are laid in the grave, death shall feed on them, and the upright shall have dominion over them in the morning, and their beauty shall consume away in the grave from their dwelling. Yeah, but when it says their way is their folly, so the ways of the white man of the wicked is folly, it's foolishness, it's vanity. It's not going to profit them. But it says, yet their posterity approve their sayings. But Esau the white man always, and those that follow, that come after, they're going to continue in the ways of folly. That's about the best way I can word it. That's the posterity pretty much following after them. But everybody want to be like them. Now we're going to hit this in the book of Ecclesiastes 4 and 16. There is no end of all people, even of all that have been before them. They also that come after shall not rejoice in him. That's their posterity, pretty much the future generations that come after. It says, they also that come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely this is also vanity and vexation of spirit. And what was it going into? Esau, even the white man, stocked up on wealth and riches, laid it up for himself in the last days. He's thinking he's going to return to it after the destruction. He's thinking when he's died that he's going to be born back into the earth to those same riches. So Ecclesiastes 4 and 16, it says, they also that come after him shall not rejoice in him. So yeah, when they come back in the earth, they got nothing to rejoice for. They're not going to come back to the earth in power. They're going to be in slavery. They're not coming back to those riches. They're going to have nothing. But again, Psalms 49 and 13, their way is their folly, yet their prosperity, meaning their future generations, approve their sayings. So they doing all this for their future generations, having a hard time wording it. But it says, again, Ecclesiastes 4:16, they also that come after shall not rejoice in him. So Esau Edom doing all this stuff, for his future generations, that his house, will continue forever, but his future generations ain't got nothing to look forward to. Because now I'm going back to Psalms 49 and 14 again. It says, like sheep, they are laid in the grave. Yeah, how our people Israel, how we led as a flock to the slaughter, that's the same case for Esau, Edom, the white man. They really the ones that's like a flock led to the slaughter. That's why James 5 said, miseries that's going to come to the rich. Yeah, they really dig in their own grave in everything that they do. Like sheep, they are laid in the grave, death shall feed on them. And the upright shall have dominion over them in the morning, and their beauty shall consume away in the grave from their what? What's their beauty? Um, the beauty, it will be their honor, their glory, their riches. It's all gonna rot away in the grave. But it said what? But it says the upright shall have dominion over them. Let's go into that real quick. It says the upright shall have dominion over them. So ultimately, that's what he's gonna come back to. Cut off. Uh, I'm gonna get this in Psalm 75 and 10. All the horns of the wicked also would I cut off. Hey, but the horns of the righteous shall be exalted. And I think there's another one. It says, evildoers shall be cut off from the earth, but the meek shall inherit the earth. So that's what Esau, the white man, got to look forward to. He ain't got to worry. He gonna come back to life, but in slavery. So this is Psalms 49 and 15. Hey, but God will redeem my soul from the power of the grave, for he shall receive me. Yeah, a Christian to read that, and when it says the Lord shall redeem my soul, that is speaking to each and every individual that read this. No, Israel is going to be redeemed from the grave. Now, this is not the literal grave in the sense of dying. This grave translates to America. Now, let's go into that. Yeah, the grave that we're going to be redeemed from translates to America. Hey, but not just America, this whole global system that the white man has built up. So let's go to this word grave. So this word grave, it says grave, hell, pit. Now let's look up this word pit. I'm gonna do a simple Google definition. So this word pit, it says, of course, it could be a hole in the ground, a trap, which America is that trap. It is that hole in the ground, uh, figuratively. But this is the point. It says the pit, the worst, the lowest of the low, rock bottom, extremely bad, awful, terrible, wretched, dreadful. This translates to America because what is America? It's pretty much the fourth beast. It's the Roman Empire all over again. Now let's see what Daniel said about that fourth beast because the word dreadful popped up. So when we come to Daniel chapter 7, verse 19, then I wanted to know more about the fourth beast, which was the Roman Empire, which this is the Roman Empire reincarnated, which was not like any of the others. And the terrifying beast, damn, that's not what I'm looking for. Oh, it's the GNT. Hold on. This is Daniel 7 and 19. Then I will know the truth of the fourth beast, which was diverse from all the others, exceeding dreadful. See that? Exceeding dreadful, whose teeth were of iron and his nails of brass, which devoured and break in pieces and stamped the residue with his feet. So what? By the sword, he would break the nations to pieces. But it said that fourth beast was exceeding dreadful. Now, when you go back to this word grave, the word pit came up. I looked up this word pit, and it could be a metaphor for something that's dreadful. And again, it says the worst, the lowest of the low. And then when you consider the Daniel, when you consider the statue in the book of Daniel, like there was four beasts, and there was four parts to that statue. The top being a head of gold. You had underneath that you had the silver. Then you had brass. Then you had the iron, and then the feet was iron mixed with clay, part strong and part weak. But this word pit, again, it says worst, the lowest. And America is the lowest part of that statue. The lowest rock bottom. So America is rock bottom. It says extremely bad, awful, terrible, wretched, dreadful. So America, concerning the four beasts, is the worst of the worst. That dragon would be the worst of the worst. And then even a statue in the book of Daniel, that's why it went from gold, silver, brass to iron and clay. That would be the worst of the worst. This place is rock bottom. It get no lower. It get no worse than this. So back to the book of Psalms, chapter 49, verse 15. Hey, but the Lord will redeem my soul from the power of the grave. That translates to America, the lowest of the low. No place of no morals, no values, no standard. It says, for he shall receive me. And then I'm going to jump here real quick. Hey, this is the book of Isaiah. I think it's 51 and 14. Because another word for grave would be pit. So this is Isaiah 51 and 14. The captive exile hasteneth that he may be loosed, and that he should not die in a pit, nor that his bread shall not fail. And what's that pit? America. Because when you look up this word pit, here in this verse, it says the grave. It says pit in parentheses for catching lions. And we know that America was specifically designed to trap and to destroy Israel. This place was created to cut off Israel. That's how the white man runs this system over here. In the pit, it also says corruption. You know, this place is extremely corrupt. It says destruction. You know, ultimately it's going to be destroyed. This, that destroying mountain. Lord spoke about in the book of Jeremiah 51. So this is the book of Psalms 49. We're going to get 16 and 17. Be not thou afraid when one is made rich, when the glory of his house is increased. Speak about Esau, Edom, the white man. Speak about 2/3 of our people. You know, we see others grow in riches and wealth, and we become envious. I forget the precept, but it said I was angry when he saw the prosperity of the wicked. Roughly paraphrasing. It says in verse 17, but when he dieth, he shall carry nothing away. His glory shall not descend after him. So yeah, your riches, your wealth, your honor, your glory is not go to the grave with you. It's going to be left to other people. You know, you can't take nothing to the spirit world with you. And I'm going to get this in the book of Luke. This is the book of Luke, chapter 6, verse 24. The Lord said this. It says, but woe to you that are rich, for you have received your consolation. But that's why Psalms 49:16 says, be not thou afraid when one is made rich, when the glory of his house is increased. Because it said again, verse 17, for when he dieth, he shall carry nothing away, his glory shall not descend after him. So yeah, your riches, your glory, it stops here. Esau, Edom, as a nation of people, their riches and their glory stop here. It's not going to follow them into the grave. Meaning what? They're not going to die and come back through regeneration and still be in power. The kingdom will be translated to another people. But that's why the Lord said, woe to you that are rich, for you have received your consolation. Pretty much, if somebody rich here in 2025, is because they're going to be destroyed with those riches. Because again, the Lord said it's impossible for the rich to enter into the kingdom of heaven. But when we get this, Luke 6:24 in the NLT, it says, what sorrow awaits you who are rich, for you have your only happiness now. Yeah, it say you got your riches, your glory. It says your only happiness now. So this is Esau Edom's only time to be happy. This nigga gonna never be happy, never be rich again, never have any kind of honor, not gonna have any kind of glory ever again. It stops here. That's why Psalms 49:17 says, for when he dieth, he shall carry nothing away. He heaped up treasures for himself in the last days, hoping he gonna come back to it. Life after death, the world's called reincarnation. But it says his glory shall not descend after him. Hey, so this is it for Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. They're not gonna come back into the earth in their glory, honor, and riches. They're not gonna come back to it. Again, because it says they have received their consolation. Now, when you go to that word consolation, one of the many words that pops up is comfort. Because we know riches and wealth is supposed to be so that you can live in comfort. You can live in peace. While those who are poor, hey, they don't have comfortable lives, pretty much. But it says you got your consolation. Well, you got your moment of glory. You got your moment of comfort. And you got it now. Esau Edom got it now. That's why the NLT says, for you have your only happiness now. They only happiness, they riches, they honor, a place of comfort is only now. This nigga Esau Edom will never be rich, never be happy, never have any kind of glory ever again. And also too, for the 2/3 of our people, you know, they got a very high status in Esau's system. Well, they got their consolation, they got their glory now. But because of the mercy of the Lord, they will enter into the kingdom through regeneration. They're going to be born into the kingdom. But the glory that they got now is not going to be translated into the kingdom. Because the Lord said, the first shall be last and last shall be first. So our people that got any kind of rank and status, any kind of glory in the white man's systems, well, they're going to be at the bottom in the kingdom of heaven. Not bottom under the nations, but within the nation of Israel, they're going to be at the bottom. They're going to be, not average folks, but they're going to be average Israelites in the kingdom. But see, those of us, you know, who rock bottom now, well, we're going to get our glory in the kingdom. We pretty much bottom now because, you know, we're not after money, we're not after wealth, we're not after nothing of this world. But Esau Edom, he going to make it. Somehow he going to call us immigrants, he going to call us terrorists. We're going to be shut out of society because we're not going to get the chip, Lord willing. But in the kingdom, we're going to have it all. But that's why the Lord said, woe to you that are rich, you have received your consolation. And they'll see, it says, you receive your only moment of happiness now. And then you can also think about Lazarus and the rich man, you know, which is a parable, but I'm going to get straight to the point. This is the book of Luke 16:25. Go straight to the point because it was summed up. It says, but Abraham said, son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things. That would be Esau Edom now, who receiving the fatness of the earth. He's receiving it now and only now. It says, and likewise, Lazarus, which we know Lazarus was the poor beggar. Be that poor beggar. That's why the curses have said, you shall go to your enemy for the want of all things. So we the poor beggar. It says, likewise, Lazarus received evil things. Hey, but now he is comforted. In Luke 6:24, it says, woe to you that are rich, for you have received your consolation. Another word for consolation would be comfort. So Esau has received his portion of glory, comfort, consolation now. We receiving, our evil, our bad things now. It says, but now he is comforted and thou art tormented. So meaning after life after America, which will be the kingdom of heaven. Hey, we're going to be comforted. We're going to receive our consolation then. We're going to receive our glory in our riches and honor. We're going to receive it in the kingdom. But guess what? Esau, the white man who's rich now, he's going to be tormented in the kingdom. This torment don't mean hell underground. Because what's the worst thing that could happen to a rich man is he become poor. That's the torment for him. But Abraham says, son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. But now he is comforted and thou art tormented. And I'm going to read this in the NLT. But Abraham said to him, son, remember that during your lifetime, you had everything you wanted. Don't Esau the white man got that now? And Lazarus had nothing. Yeah, that's what he refers to as the poor and the oppressed. During your lifetime, you received everything you wanted, and Lazarus had nothing. So now he's being comforted, and you are in anguish. So in other words, in the kingdom, Lazarus, which represents Israel, we're going to have everything we want. We're going to be comforted. And the rich man represents Esau, the white man, he's going to be in anguish. And what's that anguish? Him having nothing at all. Now, this is, back to the book of Psalms 49. We're going to get 18 through 20. Though while he lived, he blessed his soul, and men will praise thee when thou doest well to thyself. I was skimming through the scriptures. It speaks about that the rich is honored for his riches. But a skilled man is honored for his skills. So although we poor, we receive honor because we are skilled, gifted, talented people. And Esau only receives honor because he's the rich. Psalms 49:18, though while he lived, he blessed his soul. He had everything he wanted. And men will praise thee when thou doest well to thyself, because the rich is honored for his riches.